Hi. I am a long-time player. Well, ex-player. Thing is, I am incredibly disappointed with what Genshin has been up to lately. This is more of a rant video, not very structured. Well, I will be including things about the game that I like, but it is just me venting my frustration mostly. Let's start with the reason that made me actually do this video. Sandrone. Or Sandrone, I'm not sure.
Sandrone.
Sandrone, okay, my bad. Holy, what the happened to her outfit? Isn't she supposed to be doll-like? Isn't she supposed to be, I don't know, not fan service-y? Isn't her robot the main attraction? Why did her cute-ass, incredibly cool-looking robot had to get killed off and instead be replaced with this ass, incredibly dull-looking fan service-y robot? In no way can I understand this decision. That was the whole appeal of the character. I do not know a single person that disliked her little robot. I mean, little. The thing is, some people might argue it is to simplify the amount of polygons for the game or something like that. No. No. Quite frankly, I don't understand why. I mean, maybe that could be a reasonable argument, but, like, it's fine. Genshin is a massive game. It does not have to pretend to be something it's not. Moving on, while, okay, I think I can get behind that, sort of. I can imagine having 4 of these big guys in co-op would be quite an issue. Even then, I think it's not unreasonable to put a restriction on the skill in one way or another, or just not care, because that's not an issue, having a too high performance in the game, I think. If your device cannot handle 4 of these big guys, turn down your settings. Don't play with people who use them, I guess. Well, maybe I'm insensitive. But her dress. What reason was there to ruin her beautiful dress? Huh? Genuinely, I don't get it. Like, I remember seeing it and thinking, like, did they ditch her completely and try to release a character that looks like Sandrone? Sandrone. But no, that's just her. She was made to be more fan service? See? Why? She looked beautiful, stunning. I mean, I have not kept up with the game lore-wise, which I will be explaining on later, which is why this video is mostly a rant. I am definitely not speaking for the majority of the community. I mean, I'm not sure. I'm not a representative. If you like Kerma like this, I'm happy for you. But looking at the perception of the Genshin community, mainly on Reddit, I doubt that's the case. I have not kept up with the lore. I have read a few comments saying that the redesign signifies Sandrone's liberation from the Fatui, her being more herself, not having things imposed on her. I suppose that's a reason. But y'all did not need to remove her beautiful dress for that. Oh my god. I think even if it was just one of the issues, either the robot or the dress, it would not even been that bad. But at this point, it's just a different character. A much worse copy of the actual Sandrone at that. It's not as if this is the first time that they do something like this to a character. I guess some personal time. I played Genshin 2 months after its release, and I was playing up until the release of the desert area. My memory is not the greatest. I did skip through most of the story So I will come back to that. But I was playing for a while. I spent around $200 on it. I have built many characters. In the background, I will be showing my one and only gameplay that I have recorded, as I was a Heart Die Razor fan. I switched from Razor only when Itto came out. Did I have better characters? Yes. Did I care about the meta? No. I was happy. I was happy playing the game as it was back then. Quite frankly, the reason I played it was the open world. Up until Genshin, I was playing other gacha games that I wasn't even thinking an option of an open world game was a thing. How shocked and happy I was when this game came out. I spent so many hours completing the Mondstadt region, Leeway when it came out, and when I forgot the name, the Snowy Mountain, Dragonspine. When Dragonspine came out also, wow. I remember playing this with my partner. This was incredible times. I had so much fun. At the same time, the meta was not set in stone, I'd say. Not widely used. But you can go ahead and mix and match your characters, build your own squad. I mean, there were barely any artifact sets. Most of them had to fit more characters. Weapons were okay, some of them were tailor-made, but you can still use them for different characters. You could clear most of the content like that. I'm not talking endgame. Endgame, I understand you can make it meta-specific. I don't have an issue with that. When I reached AR60 around that time, I was able to still clear Spiral Abyss. And, well, that didn't last long though. I'd say, up until Sumero, the game was quite good. Exceptionally good, actually. Well, my biggest issue was the fact that I could not skip the story. Now, I can avoid that. I would usually just explore all of the regions that I could, get as many chests as I can without doing the story, preferably 100%ed, otherwise maybe stay at around 70-80%, and then go ahead and sit down, skip through the story. Why skip, you'd ask me? Don't you care about the characters? The lore? No. Couldn't give any less about that. Oh, that's Hoyoverse put out new games, Honkai Star Rail and such, where they did have a skip button, that they were finally implemented in Genshin. So I continued playing. I continued playing for a while. Yet, they never did do that. I have seen a very high amount of people demanding for them to implement this feature, yet they did not care. I remember the highest amount of chests locked behind some kind of quests or storylines where you need like a specific device or a specific character to unlock a specific part of the map, a cave, what was it? Some other spots where you needed a mechanic that only gets unlocked through a quest. I say the most because compared to the rest, it was the most. Now looking back, it barely was anything to be upset about. I'd say the desert region pissed me off a lot. I did my usual shtick where I explored the whole region, but guess what? I was stuck in the undergrounds of the pyramids because you had to go there with the quest. I was there without it, and at some point I think I got lost and I just couldn't progress. Why? Because the story didn't let me. I had to do the damn main quest to pass through. I did, but it was so tiring, and that's when I gave up. I gave up, and I did not play the extension of the I think until Neuvillette came out, I didn't play. When Neuvillette came out, I was stunned by how good he looks. The inner simp woke up so hard that I reinstalled the game. But Fontaine was even worse. Not only did it have one of the longest main storyline quests, but that damn layout of the city was so bad. How can you make a city be so difficult to navigate? Maybe it's just me being an idiot. I was stuck roaming the main city, trying to find the waypoints that were somewhere underground, and I did not know where they were because I think I was just kind of stupid. But compared to the other regions where everything is quite easy to find, I got so frustrated. I think after 6 hours of trying to explore the cities, dead land around it is just empty. Which I was too scared to go into, quite frankly. I didn't really understand how in any way would it be fun to explore something where you barely... Well, I gave up again, but I did come back at some point when Flins released. Because compared to Neuvillette, Flins had a different character model, full on. Which is something I was hoping for ages, for Itto, my favorite, my true favorite one guy that was marketed as being a massive, muscular dude, but ended up getting the same male base model as Kai and Yu.
Huh?
I was so excited. I thought finally my favorite will get his model. He will get his redesign. There was so many people that who cared. Not many did because he's a Geo character. Not they were really not meta. Those who did care about him really complained about his tiny arms, drawn on abs. He looked quite ridiculous if you zoom in. I got Flins. Somehow I had 60 pulls saved up from the last time I played. Got him on my 60th pull. Played around with him, he was fun. Well, then I discovered that there's a new reaction that they put in the game. Elemental reaction. Yeah, I gave up again. The new map, I tried to explore. I really did want to play the game, but I cannot force myself to sit through the story. I cannot force myself to sit through the story and then get nothing in return. The rewards for clearing a quest is nothing compared to the time you put into it. Lastly, I think the gacha that Genshin has is actually one of the better ones. I made a tier list ranking all of the other gacha games I've played throughout my life. Most of these games have incredibly bad gacha rates, so I was quite happy being able to get most of the characters I wanted. I remember my first defeat was Xiao, who I lost to Chi-Chi. This was after I finished exploring Dragonspine. I was standing on the top of the sword that was plunged into the heart of the mountain, if I remember correctly. I climbed it somehow with my partner. We both pulled. He got Xiao, I got Chi-Chi. I was so frustrated. But it does not compare to the usual kind of horror that you have to go through. For example, on New Carnival or Love and Deep Space. Yes, I am in fact a gamer, thank you. I have spent around $300 in total, and I still barely got any of the characters I want. It was so bad. This is in fact my personal experience, so I know Project Sekai's gacha is horrible for most people. It's really not that bad for me. I've gotten most of the characters I want, mainly because I focus on one band. Arknights, I got every single character I ever wanted except for the Sui siblings. Those I never did. Bang Dream, my old love, how I miss it, was an amazing game. I remember saving up for the Rosalia characters. Oh, it was great. And the rest I didn't play long enough simply because I hated the gacha. So I stopped playing. Now if you look at characters, one honorable mention would be Arlecchino. I love her character design, and I remember her kind of being a revolutionary character for Genshin. She barely showed any skin. She had a personality that was not fanservicey. She was not trying to please the main character in any way. She still kept her intimidating aura. She was still quite scary. Her skills looked incredibly cool. Overall, she's incredibly unique among all the female characters. But that was an exception, sadly. Not a change that they wanted to keep. Looking at older female characters and newer ones, not in specific order, I'd say those that truly shocked me was mainly Chaska, because, I mean, look at her. What the fuck is that? This is the ugliest outfit I've ever seen on a character. I think Mary Sue's made by 8-year-olds back when sans fangirls were the main demographic on the internet at some point. Yeah, those look better. They are 10 times as interesting to look at whatever this shit is. I swear, I can smoke crack and make some shit that's better than what they did. The fact that this was actually passed, and the fact that people let it happen? Maybe it's because she was not that important in this story, I have no clue, but it's just ridiculous. Asymmetrical designs are good. Sometimes. Well, mostly actually, but it has to be at least harmonious. The colors contrast each other in a horrible way. Also, her skill is a gun? Huh? Is she not supposed to be from Natlan? When did they invent guns? That's so stupid. Then we also, of course, have the Natlan Archon. Holy I mean, that 360 almost zipper shocked me. I was expecting Hoya to never release a dark skin character, but to have her look this ugly, sheesh. I mean, a white redhead representing the country that's based off of the southern hemisphere, I'd say.
Huh?
Oh well, they wanted a fan servicey woman. Also, her skill is a motorcycle? Jesus. Are for real? That is so stupid. Especially contrasting the actual environmental design of Naplan and the other characters that were released prior to her. This makes no sense in context. A motorcycle? Really? Really? There were many controversies when Naplan released. But I think the fact that these characters were pale white was the main one. I mean, Chinese, Japanese games, they are all not famous for representation. I'm not saying it's good, I'm just saying it's expected. But don't add skin markings that are only visible had they made the skin darker, at least. That's what's irritating me the most about their character designs. They just don't look as good as had they made the skin tones darker. Next, we have Columbina. Now, Mike got flamed for that as well, but I am very, very, very upset at how they portrayed this truly haunting character. At least that's what she was. Now, is it just the fact that the fans portrayed her as a terrifying god or some terrifying angelic creature, outerworldly horror, but making her into a cutesy, not really shy, but kind of bland, happy-go-lucky character? That was so disappointing. And then that trailer came out where the female Fatui harbingers were sipping tea and playing with each other. What are we doing? I think we lost the plot at this point. Fatui are we trying to humanize them now? Are they supposed to be good guys now? All of them? Heck, this is so weird. Okay, I guess they wanna get revenue from her character banner, but Arlecchino showed that you can keep the actual character behind them and have them be very successful. Why did they have to make her into something as sweet as a little vanilla cake? Like, using an angelic being like this for fan service, really? Nah. Lore-wise, maybe it makes sense for her to be this nice, cutesy little thing. I feel there was so much potential to make her into something truly impressive. There was no need to make her this cute and sweet and soft little waifu. And what I forgot to mention at Naplan section is Ororon. I mean, just look at this. It's basically like Chaska. It's so stupid. Lore-wise, it's explained partly for why he wears such a goofy outfit. But I mean, you could have made him look more intimidating. He just looks like a 19-year-old boy who dug in his little brother's Halloween closet costumes and put it on. It does not fit him. I mean, the colors all are clashing, in my opinion. It does not fit him at all. What I'm glad about now in this patch is that in Not Cry we got two new male models. It's incredibly cool. Of course I wish for older characters to get buffed, but at least we got one really big guy and one slightly bigger guy this patch. And I mean, they're truly phenomenal. Their VAs are incredible. I love their skills. They are just truly beautiful. What is this video even really about? It is about how Genshin does not really give about the global community. Everything I have listed so far are issues, either me personally, that I have seen mirrored in others in the global server community. Otherwise I've said that it is a personal pet peeve, or not that many. So, I understand that the CN community in Genshin is more influential, but for some reason they have so much more power than the global community. And it's quite sad. When they made an uproar about Zhongli's weakness as the representative of the Chinese nation squad, I guess I could put it like that, he instantly got buffed. When there were restrictions about the censorship laws in China, all of the characters that were not fitting with the censorship laws, they got covered up. But if we ask for something kind of basic, completely ignored, and I remember it was a big fuss, yet they don't care. They still made all the money they needed. When the male models came out and had horrible proportions, Itto, Diluc also, with his face. Diluc got an outfit, yes, sure, which I still find to not be a solution because you have to pay money for that outfit. that does not solve much. Like, really. They don't care. I think the only time they give a shit about what Global says is when we made an incredible fuss about the anniversary rewards. They gave us additional pulls, they gave us the glider that it was supposed to be paid as free. Is it really that difficult for them to do the same thing? Especially if they have most of the content locked behind story quests, which don't even give that much primos. I mean, I'm sorry, you have to have over 280 pulls to guarantee yourself a character and a weapon? I'm not sure. But you can never get that amount of pulls in a patch, or even in 2 patches. You need to grind your ass off and save for long periods of time to get a character, or spend money. Either way, I continue being disappointed by Genshin's progression as a game. I am glad to see that more people are quote-unquote waking up to the situation, that there are more complaints and more people quitting or not pulling or not spending on the game as a rebuttal to what they do, but they will never feel any consequences from Global. We are not one big community. In the end, will I ever come back to Genshin? Only and only if they implement a skip button, but they will never do that. And I'm fine with that. And I still have my account saved. If I ever want to explore, I will. I don't know how much of it is locked behind story quests now, not cry and such, I'm not sure. Either way, I'm disappointed in Genshin, the same way I was disappointed in it 2 years ago, 1 year ago. I hope for changes to happen, but they never will. They do not fix past mistakes. If the CN community is fine with it, they are fine with it. I hope you enjoyed the video. As said, this was a rant. If I got any information wrong, please do correct me. I would love to have less things to dislike about the game. I know their numbers are not as big as during COVID, but... How many of you guys are still active players? This was my first ever video where I actually talk and discuss a topic. Will I be talking more about Genshin later on? Maybe. Maybe something big happened. If you guys liked my way of speech, you can subscribe. I speak like this mostly on live streams. I have not done many yet because, again, my laptop died literally 2 days after I finished my VTuber model and actually bought cameras and a setup to stream. I will get my operation on my foot soon, so I'll be in bed for a while. Maybe I will try to stream my drawing process or animation process. I am planning on making a few music video, not a few and not a music video. I'm planning to make an animated music video to a song that already exists, okay, of my OCs. Y'all can subscribe for that too if you wanna. Otherwise, I'm going to polish my animation that I have released as a whip, and I will continue drawing doujinshi. I am available on a few other sites under the same name. Twitter is also a thing. Instagram is a thing as well. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, the rants, whatever this is classified as. Maybe I'll see you next time. Maybe not. I hope you guys have a good day, night, and overall great week. Thank you for staying. For those who still play the game, good luck. I hope you guys win your 50/50s.